Welcome into another edition of Reality After Show's coverage of Big Brother 28. I'm your host, Bobby Goodsby. Sorry, I'm just fresh out of the shower. Still got water on my body, apparently, so drying off. I apologize for being late. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys are new here, twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby, at Goodsby Bobby on all my social media, and at After Show on YouTube. So, apologize for not having the show yesterday. Unfortunately, had family stuff going on, so could not be here with you guys yesterday. But I'm here to talk about all things Big Brother leading into this week. A lot of craziness has happened since we last left off on Friday after Yosh immediately took over as the new HOH. We had some nominees made, some nominees taken down, and some new nominees coming up. A lot has gone down, so let's break it all down for you guys. Obviously, over the weekend, we saw Yosh nominated D, Angela, and the world famous Thog, which I still don't understand for his game how that made any sense, but we will break it all down. So we saw Thog, Haley, aka Haley, going up against Angela and D. Originally, Angela was the target. She originally was the person that he had his eye on taking out. He had Thog going up, but he really wanted to keep her safe going forward and wanted to use her in this game. And then we saw the target slowly become D as the new person that they were immediately targeting because they see what kind of threat she can be. We did see D go to Yosh, try to offer the bribe, the $5,000 bribe, and take herself out of the mix for someone being nominated. Also tried to see if she could use Angela as bait as well, where, hey, let me give you this $5,000 and you don't put myself or Angela up. Neither thing worked. Eventually tried to get her just herself. That didn't work at all, which I was kind of surprised by. I thought Yosh would take that immediate $5,000 bribe. We didn't see it pan out. He decided that it wasn't worth it in the long run for him to take only $5,000, which I think that harps back to the producers. Like, at minimum, it should have been $10,000, right? Like, $10,000 is a nice, sweet number where that at least makes a dent, because after taxes and everything, what, they get like $6,000 of that if it was $10,000. If it's $5,000, it's like what, $2,800? Who's really batting an eye to $2,800? So Yosh doesn't take the bribe. We see those three go up, and immediately Devins is like, I got you. Like, no matter what, I got you, D. Like, I will use my power to save you. Obviously, I would love to save it for myself at some point, but if I'm going to save my number one ally and I have to use this power in the next 3 weeks, I might as well use it to save you. Get your guys' comments read live here on stream. Let me pull the comments up. What's going on, Debbie? What's going on, Starry Night? How you doing? I lobbied for half of AFP, maybe like $25,000, like something. Like $5,000 doesn't scratch the surface of what it's worth to really make a game-changing move for yourself, or to benefit your game, or to the detriment of your game. Because the whole time he's lobbying, hey, I need to take out D. I need to be the person that nominates the icons. We got to take a shot here. And for the amount for him to get offered for a BB bribe is only $5,000. It doesn't make sense. It's such a low number, especially if you factor in taxes. And even if it's California taxes, because they're filming this in California, it's even less. So immediately, that obviously didn't pan out. We go to the veto competition. Spoilers ahead. You guys haven't, been up to date with everything we talk about, spoilers. So be ready for spoilers up ahead. We go into the veto competition, and it's OTEV. And apparently D had stashed away some pieces for her and Barrett to use if they needed to. And Yosh saw that and immediately grabbed those pieces. We end up seeing Yosh win the power of veto. We'll watch that in tomorrow's episode. But to know how it all played out, where D and Barrett were working together to stash away pieces, and for Yosh to, see that happen and then take advantage of it. Good on Yosh. Get your comments read live here on stream. What's up, Kendra? Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Even though Green Bay is ass, I hope you're doing well. So Then we end up seeing Yash end up winning the power of veto. And this is where everything starts to trickle ahead, where throughout the week, we see Yash and Kamu saying, obviously, they want to keep Haley. They want Haley to be safe. All they had to do was, with Yash winning the power veto, is take Haley off the block. You already made a mistake nominating her. She wants to work with you. She's clearly on board. And then you had all this time from the veto to yesterday afternoon to take Haley off the block, and you don't do it. Doesn't make sense. Not smart gameplay. At one point, they even had an opportunity where they could have basically saved Kamu from going up by taking down D and putting up Barrett. They don't do that. And I know hindsight's, 2020 when you don't have the awareness that us at home have. But my God, would that have changed the week had Yash taken down D and put up Barrett? Devins wouldn't have needed to use his Diamond Power veto. It would have been Angela, Barrett, and Thog on the block, which still sucks as you have an ally up there and you didn't take her down. You took D down instead. But then Kamu wouldn't be up there. Kamu would not be up there had they actually taken that route. So I was kind of shocked that they didn't see the writing on the wall, especially with Haley and taking her down opposed to not using it at all. So yesterday afternoon, we were all kind of waiting for it to happen. We were waiting for the veto ceremony. And throughout the week, we're like, okay, we see the pieces in place. We see the Yash, Kamu, Taylor, Lala of it all, Thog. But then we also see the other side where it's a bunch of mixed clumps of people. And when it came to FAP and the Icons did a lot of really good work of bringing FAP into their side and making them realize, hey, let's work together to take out Kamu. Kamu's obviously a threat. He's someone that we can all agree on that's someone we need to target in this house. He's someone that none of us feel directly close with, and we know for a fact he's working with Yash. Let's do what we have to do to take a shot at that side and take Kamu down. And everything they did, from creating the mosh pit, that's what they call their alliance now. It's basically the Icons plus FAP, and they are called Mosh Pit, which Mallory loved. And they formed this alliance where it made sense for FAP to go that direction. Then we see the two sides being like, okay, let's come together on this vote. And obviously, I don't think this is a thing that's going to be lasting a long time. I think this is a manner of convenience where we have a common enemy, and let's take that shot at that side of the house. Let's take a shot at the Yash Kamu alliance and get Kamu up there and possibly backdoor him to take him out, because he is someone that has longevity in this game. If you guys are new here, get your comments read live. Just say what's up in the stream. I'll read your guys' comments here on stream. Let's see here. Starry Night says, it sucked for Yash that he had to use the veto first, then Devin gets to use the Diamond Power veto after it's all settled. Well, I mean, that's the advantage to having that Diamond Power veto. I don't say it's right. I totally get where you're coming from, that he should be able to use that afterwards, because it's such an overblown OP power that for him to be able to just wait for the veto ceremony to take place and then boom, now you get to use your veto, your Diamond Power veto, it's just way overpowered. Not only do you have the ability to basically no one knows you have this besides D, and to an extent Angela, and then you get to use this power to take someone down and replace the nominee after the veto is read. Yeah, of course that's overblown. Of course that's overpowered. It always has been, even in the past. But that's how it is. That's Big Brother for you. So then we see the Icons and FAP really come together, be like, we need to take out this common enemy. We have a target in mind. None of us like Kamu, especially Mallory and Melody. They do not like Kamu, and they are so down to take him out. And we see it play out where it's obviously something that's going to work for them for this week at least. And then going forward, they have the right to be able to switch however they want. And I think FAP is in a great spot in this house. Obviously, he has a lot of where clearly the vote's going to go the way that they want. None of them are nominated, which they're a group of 4, and they could have easily been picked off at some point. Barrett had a lot of smoke on him to go up. But Yash and Kamu played this just absolutely poorly. And same to Taylor. Like, as much as I gave Taylor and Kamu praise last week, I definitely think that's this week they played it very wrong, especially by not taking Haley down with the power of veto. But we see it come to a head where we had the live veto ceremony last night. Yash doesn't use the power of veto. And immediately after that, Devins plays his diamond power of veto, takes down D, and renominates Kamu in her place. And then we thought, okay, great, we're gonna have fireworks. Everything's gonna blow up. The whole house is gonna go crazy. Nope. People were talking about how, oh, that was crazy, that was wild, but literally nothing happened. Let me read some of your guys' comments. If they want to take out longevity in the game, go after D, Devins, Angela. Exactly. They should, especially since they know that they're the ones who probably have some kind of power. It makes no sense not to. Bobby, you're buffering really bad. Your video and audio is very bad. I will try to catch you on replay. Oh, I hope that's not the case. Let me pull it up on stream. You guys let me know in the comments. Is it buffering really bad? I'll try to fix it right now. But like I said, get your guys' comments read live here on stream. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything that panned out from the live veto. Well, it wasn't live, but from the veto ceremony that we found here. I mean, it's a little fuzzy, but it's not bad. At least you guys can hear it. But yeah. I don't know why it's such bad quality. I'll let me get rid of some of my my stuff on here and see if that makes it better. All right. Well, let me know in the comments, guys, if it's looking better or if it's looking worse, what have you. All right. So I was just getting rid of stuff that I don't need. All right. There we go. Let me know, guys, if it's better. Watch yourself on your phone. Well, my phone is my camera. See, on my end, the stream looks great. But you guys let me know. It's much better now? Okay, good. All right. I hope it looks better. I pulled it up on stream, and then I got rid of a bunch of my open stuff. All right, there we go. All right, let me know in the comments if it's better, if it's worse, what have you. Thank you guys for letting me know. Appreciate you. Yeah, I can't watch on my phone, unfortunately. But so we see Kamu go up, and Kamu I thought was going to absolutely blow up. He's going to be like, why did you do this? Which he did to a certain extent, but I should have known better. Kamu has played a very good game up until this week where everything was going their way. They're essentially one move away from everything panning out for them. Where if they just took D off the block, this wouldn't happen. Kamu would not be going up. And we now see what happened with this week where then Kamu goes up to D and he's like, hey, I thought we were good. Like, what happened? Like, why did everything go wrong? And it's like, all right, Kamu, like, I get it. I love how he's handling it. He's not blowing up. He's letting the situation kind of play out. I thought there was going to be more explosiveness. There wasn't. But at the same time, dude, you've been talking shit about D and saying how you want D gone all week. You didn't think that information was going to at some point get back to her between, who you were talking to. Let's see here. I saw everyone hyping up an explosion after the POV meeting and crickets. LO. Kamu even tapped up D for it. Oh, I miss the old days of arguments. The problem is that's just not how Kamu is, right? Like, if this same thing happened to Haley in the same way, right? Like, I know Haley's already on the block, but let's just say Haley and Kamu traded places of where they're at in the house and how this week panned out. There would have been an explosion. There would have been fireworks. And that's what makes Haley fun TV to watch. But Kamu's just not that kind of player. He's a more realistic player where he wants to, obviously, exploding is going to be the best or worst thing for his game because then it's going to just cause drama and put a lot of eyes on him when there doesn't need to be. And now we look at what happens with this week, and it just made it for not as much of an explosive POV as we were hoping for. But it makes sense. Like, it's a smart way to play. It's a smart game move to not blow up. All right, let's see here. Starry Night says, how is Yash taking it? It's his HOH that got blown up. Did he throw his microphone in the hot tub? He did not. He did not do that just yet. But let me pull up Reality Barbecue because they always do a really good job of breaking down everything we need to know. So a tamer reaction than most hope for. That's an understatement. But the power of Diamond Power Veto has been used. Things you need to know for day 42. Yash did not use the power of veto, so we know that. Devins used the Diamond Power Veto to save D. He nominates Kamu. Drew, Mallory, and Melody are happy they made an alliance with Angela D. Devins the night before. I mean, it worked out for everyone involved. Yash begins campaigning, saying they must save Kamu. He is also pleads to with America for the time capsule. I don't think that's happening. Sorry, Yash. D. Kamu chat discuss how their mistrust stems from Haley. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like Kamu was also he's using Haley as the excuse, but he was throwing D under the bus all week and basically was the reason why the target changed from Angela to D. Devins checks in with Angela, finds out she is happy and relieved. They spend the night celebrating Angela's birthday, cake, songs, talent show, and that's what we wanted. We were like, we've had Rockstar's daughter's birthday, we've had Keisha's birthday. Like every single time there's been a birthday, there's been fireworks, there's been craziness. It's been a lot of fun. And we finally get Angela's birthday, who of all people, we think Angela for sure is going to be the one that, that like for her birthday, some fireworks have to happen. And it's the most lackluster, just everyone happy and celebrating, even though the house just essentially blew up on one side of the house. And we just get a lackluster Angela's birthday. So what can you expect? It is what it is. So eviction scenarios: Angela versus Haley, Haley evicted. Angela versus Kamu, Kamu evicted. Haley versus Kamu, Kamu evicted. Watch for today campaigning. And honestly, thank you again to Reality Barbecue. Great job breaking down the day. I really appreciate their content. Let's see here. Carolina says, yo, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you for joining the chat. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. You think he's keeping cool because he knows he has Blockbuster? Well, that's a big aspect, right? Like the fact that he has Blockbuster to fall back on. That's a whole Freudian slip with mixing words together, huh? The fact that he has Blockbuster to fall back on is something that at least he has in his back pocket, that he knows I have an opportunity here to still save myself. It's not like I'm immediately going home. I'm not immediately screwed. But at the end of the day, I mean, Haley's no slouch. Haley won the Blockbuster last week. Haley has a real chance to take herself down. So he doesn't have an easy ride here. Sure, Angela, I would assume he's got a pretty good chance against Angela. I think anyone would have a pretty good shot against Angela, depending on the competition. However, saying that, I think he is also tipping his cap to, hey, this was good gameplay. You made a good move. I was coming after you. Respect. I'm going to do what I have to do because it's worked in the past where if I just talk and point you in the right direction, I can get the target off my back. It happened last week. Why can't I do it again if I do it in a calm way? So I think there's a mixture of those two aspects. I think it's one that's just Kamu's demeanor / it worked for me last week. Let me continue to play that way and see if it works again. But number two, he knows he's got the Blockbuster behind him where he's got something to fall back on to possibly save himself and not have to worry about the outcome of this week. But Kamu against anyone, Kamu's going home. And it's a right move, especially for the icons, especially for FAP. It's a right move. He's someone that's not working with them directly. He has his side of the house. Yes, he's been flippy floppy up until this week, but we really saw his true colors play out this week. And they did the right move. This is the move of who they need to get out. Let's read more of your guys' comments here on stream. Angela's cake looked a lot better than that sorry excuse for Keisha had. Well, yeah. We're also talking about what? 17 years ago, 16 years ago, whatever it may have been. 15 years ago. I don't know. It's around that point. Which, God, that makes me feel old. The fact that Keisha's birthday party is like 17 years ago is wild to me. There are people that are watching this show that were not born for that, and I feel like that was yesterday. I remember watching that play out on feeds being like, oh, this is a crazy moment, to holy cow, we're 17 years later and we're talking about Big Brother 28. God, does some time fly by. But yes, yeah, the cake obviously looked a lot better. We need a Tea Party 2.0. Why does Kamu not realize that he should tell people about the tool shed? Well, he should. He absolutely should tell people about the tool shed. But I also think that he thinks that he needs to keep those lines of communication open where he doesn't want to burn bridges. I think Kamu still feels like he has Drew and others in his back pocket that he, regardless of the outcome with the blockbuster, probably still feels like he has the votes to stay. I think he's obviously wrong on that. He obviously does not have the votes. We know that. But if you think about it from Kamu's perspective, all week they've thought Drew was with them. And I know things have changed. I know different aspects have happened, but I feel like he still thinks that he has the relationships with people to be able to get them on side and secure himself that no matter what, they're always going to target Haley, right? They're going to go after Angela, of course. But like they're gonna obviously take out Haley over Kamu. That's just who everyone's been targeting for a while. But I think he's gonna be massively underplaying how much of a threat level he has. I create graphics for streamers like logos, emotes, overlays, and VTuber assets at a friendly budget. I actually do my own stuff, but I appreciate the info. So I appreciate you reaching out. But I actually am the executive producer of this podcast, so I create all my own stuff, and but I appreciate your hard work, and I hope the best for you. I hope you get a lot of people that use you for their content. But thank you so much for the offer. Hey, Keisha's birthday party is still the best moment of Big Brother. Fight me on that. I mean, I would argue the best moment in the show's history is Dan's funeral. I mean, Dan's funeral was by far, in my opinion, the best moment because he was dead to rights. And to see him come out of isolation to then pull that off with someone who was directly targeting them. Like, yeah, no, Dan's funeral, in my opinion, is the best moment in the history of the show. Iconic. And what it was able to do with the ripple effect for how that season played out throughout the rest of it, for Frank to get his comeuppance, like after he clearly could have taken out Dan, and then Dan ended up working against him afterwards to immediately take him out. What happened with, everything else the rest of that season, and then to see Dan lose to Ian, chef's kiss. Don't get me wrong, Keisha's birthday party, amazing moment, amazing TV. It was great. It's up there in the upper echelon of top moments in Big Brother history. But you cannot tell me Dan's funeral is not the best moment in the show's history by far. Bobby, did you see your Padres lose to the Mets by getting thrown out of the home plate 4 times? I watched that at work last night. That was rough. The guy threw 103.3 miles per hour, like the fastest throw from a fielding position to home plate ever. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, yeah, it sucked. Dan's funeral, thank you. I agree. I think Dan's funeral is by far the best moment in the show's history. If you guys are new here, get your comments read live. If you have anything you want to talk about this week on the feeds, the episodes, talking about Big Brother 28 and everything that happened this week, if you want to talk about the Kamu of it all and how this week's going to play out going forward and what's the ripple effects for future weeks, get your comments read live here on stream. I want to talk about all of this with you guys here on stream. I like that Jesse started all the drama, then just slid out of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of fun. Yeah. Like Keisha's birthday party. Absolutely. But yeah, no, Jesse definitely did slide out of it. All right, let's see here. The best moment, BB, is when Jeff used the Kude Jeff on Shima. I mean, I don't even know if I put that in like my top 5 moments. It was fun, but it was like an overpowered superpower. But at the same time, like I would put Dan's funeral, Keisha's birthday party, Rockstar's daughter's birthday. If I had to think of other ones too, I think even Caitlin Herman with the puzzle, that's up there. Could be because I was in the audience for that, so that's maybe a little bit more why it sticks out in my head. I mean, there's so many guys. There's so many great moments, but the Kude Jeff, I don't know if that's like the best moment or even in the top 5 for me when it comes to moments. It was a good moment. Don't get me wrong. Let me know what you guys think. What are your favorite moments from the show's history? I mean, you could put to Kaser being like, I sealed your partner's fate. Like that was an amazing moment. The cookout when they all came together and they were the final ones left in the house, and one of them was going to win, and their agenda, everything they set forth was going to pan out. Great moment. There's so many. Do you think Dee would have done the same for Devins if she had the power and he needed it? Nope. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I think if roles were reversed, Devins was on the block, and Dee had that power, that same diamond power veto, I do not think she was going to use that. She would have used that on Devins. And I could be wrong. Obviously we'll never know because we're not in that position where we'll ever be able to figure out if she really would. But I think our greatest indicator that wouldn't have happened is because Dee, for the longest time, didn't tell Devins about her power. She absolutely could have. Her power is so much weaker. She already knew Devins' power. He got his ahead of her. And she still didn't share that information with her number one. And I think that was proof in the pudding that she wouldn't have done that if she had the diamond power veto. Secondly, I think that with Dee, that's always been her MO, is she, holds her cards close to her chest. And then she goes and tells Kamu about her superpower before she even tells Devins. And Devins is fully aware she definitely has something. She definitely has a power. Doesn't make sense that Angela would get it 1 week, then Devins would get it, and then Dee would just not get it that third week, and they don't know where that superpower is or punishment. Well, they knew it wasn't a punishment, but where that other power is. So it was obvious, right? Especially when Mallory wins at week 4. That's even more obvious that Dee won it week 3. The fact that everyone should be aware of that, and they were picking up on it. But yes, absolutely. So I think that if Dee had the power and Devins needed it with the diamond power veto, given the track history of everything Dee has done that has been self-sustaining in the game of Survivor, Big Brother, what have you, and she didn't tell Devins about her superpower when she originally got it, makes me feel like she would not have told him or not have used it on him. Excuse me. Get your comments read live here on stream. Let me know what's up. Tell me how you're feeling. Favorite moments, Rachel, Floaters Grab a Life Vest. That's up there. That's 100% up there. Or her fight with Reagan when she came back into the house. That was iconic. I mean, that whole fight where she came back into the house and Brendan wasn't even there. It was so good. It was so good. Dr. Will's BB2 victory is so iconic. Yes, don't get me wrong, it was iconic and was what kept the show afloat for as long as it has, because I feel like if Dr. Will's not our second winner, we are not talking about Big Brother 28. Just like how if Richard Hatch isn't the original Survivor winner, I don't know if we're talking about Survivor 50. Both of those played a huge factor in the reason why we have the show still on our television screens. But having said that, I don't know if like Dr. Will's like BB2 victory is as iconic compared to like actual iconic moments, right? Like he's had iconic one-liners. He's had iconic like clips of him, like the way he speaks to house guests and stuff. But like him winning, I don't know if that was necessarily like the most iconic moment of his game even, right? But yeah, he played a hell of a game. BB27, Ashley beating Morgan in final HOH. Good moment. Don't know if I put it towards the top. I'd probably put it somewhere in like, I don't know, the mid category. Like, yes, I think a lot of people thought Morgan would have that. But Ashley played it really well, and she did exactly what she needed to do to win. I mean, I would put there, I think there's other greater come from behind victories. I think like the fact that Derek could convince Cody for Cody to take Derek to the final 2 when he had a clear win if he takes Victoria, and he still took Derek because Derek had done enough power, like had done enough work throughout the whole season, and especially that last week of being like, no matter what, it's me and you, right? It's me and you. That was crazy. You could even put like Josh beating Paul and like Paul's reaction in the finale up there. So there's a lot of very iconic moments for sure. Big moment. Marcellus didn't. Yes, thank you. Marcellus not using the power of veto on himself. Rachel versus Reagan. Exactly. Very memorable, but not on the level of the ones already mentioned. I agree. I think by far the biggest moment in the history of the show is Dan's funeral. And I think it's without question the biggest moment. What's up, Karen? How you doing? Anything exciting going on the feeds? I haven't turned on the feeds today, but as of last night when I clocked out of here and went to bed, no. No. We thought we were going to get fireworks. We thought we were going to have an exciting night. We thought we were going to have an exciting week, especially with Kamu essentially getting backdoored by the majority of the house. And how is he going to react when the diamond power of veto is used and everything crumbles for him? We did not get that. We did not get that. And I mean, it's obviously an aspect of Kamu's game because that's how Kamu just naturally is. He's not going to have this big blow up moment. And we should have probably seen the writing on the wall based on how he reacted last week to get himself off. But yeah, we were all hoping for more fireworks. Like I said, if roles were reversed and it was Thog in the same position Kamu was in, and she got backdoored like that, oh my God, I feel like the whole house would have blown up. It would have been delicious television. Reagan torched her. It was like the Simpsons, stop, she's already dead. Yeah, Reagan going off on Rachel in season 12 when she came back into the house due to Pandora's box was just a master class of how to like drag someone. I think people are being too harsh on D. Devins did what he did because he wanted to. No, absolutely. I also think Devins, and this is just me, conspiracy theory, right? I think Devins knows that he would rather go home right before jury than go out in jury and be stuck there. And I think that's a big, big thing. I know no one's really talking about it, but I think that's another aspect as to why Devins was okay with playing the diamond power veto on D is one, it was his number one ally. He wants to make sure she knows, like, I'm with you. You're 100%. We're locked in. But there's a small part of me that feels like he knew that he had this thing for 2 more weeks after this week, and he could have absolutely used it to save himself. But I think he thinks, I'd rather use this now and play to the best of my abilities, which I think he has a real chance to win the whole game. I do. I think Devins is one of the front runners to win the whole show this season. But I also feel like, and it's just conspiracy theory, I feel like if he has any idea that he might be in trouble at any point before jury, I think he'd rather go out pre-jury than be stuck in that jury house for like 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever it may be. That's just my conspiracy theory. That's why I think he was more okay with playing the diamond power veto now than he would have been if he was just playing this whole season to actually win, which I'm not saying he's not in it to win it. I feel like he's okay with using that diamond power veto on his number one ally to build that trust and to keep it going, but also for the fact that he doesn't want to be stuck going out after immediately playing it, then being the target and going home to be the first member of jury. Waffle Iron Walrus says Dan convinced Danielle to use the veto on him, claiming he didn't trust her showman Shane and promising to evict Ian. Said Shane agreed. After she did, Dan evicted Shane, shocking them both. That was such a great moment. And think about that. That's another reason to put that as Dan's funeral as one of the greatest moments in Big Brother history. In my opinion, the best moment in Big Brother history. Because if Dan doesn't get out of that and Dan goes home, we don't have Dan backstabbing Shane and Danielle. And what would we have without that moment? Like Danielle's raw reaction in that moment. I mean, Danielle is one of the most loyal allies of all time, and he did everything he could to break that trust. The funny thing is that Rachel and Reagan ended up becoming best friends. I know, right? Like years later, who would have thought that? In that moment, oh my gosh. Bobby, I heard that it could be Big Brother last season. Netflix bought out the lot that house was in. Have you heard anything? I've not. That is news to me. If that's the case, that is tragic. If that's the case, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'll have to do some research on that. There's no way we're going to lose Big Brother, right? Like, it's the cheapest show for CBS to make. The house is already there. The cameras are installed. They have to do nothing to produce this show, essentially, besides obviously redesign the house each year and then feed them and pay for the crew. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than it would be to make Survivor. I could see Survivor going off air before I ever see Big Brother going off air. But if Netflix bought out that lot that the house is on, that's shocking. I'll have to do more research because I haven't even heard that. I really hope that's not happening. God, could you imagine? Like, what's Taryn going to do for a job? This is his whole life. Who that? What's up, Humane? How you doing? Screw the Saints, but welcome in. Good to see you again, my friend. Hello, I read updates and safely shut the feeds off and went to sleep. Yeah, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss anything. Is Mallory in the best spot right now? She's one of the best. I still, even though he's an icon, I still think Devins is in a very good spot based off the relationships he's built. I think, yeah, I would say probably Mallory or Devins are in the best spot. However, that is subject to change based off of where the target goes when inevitably one side targets icons now that they, no longer have that diamond power veto melting a hole in their back pocket. Bronte reveals to her alliance that she is a genius. Huge moment too. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I have a secret that I haven't told anyone and I have to tell you guys. So good. Even though it's the most ridiculous lie to come up with, it was so good. Haley needs to go. I want Kamu to go first, but if he wins Blockbuster, bye-bye. I mean, guys, the fact that we got an extra week with Thog, we gotta thank the BB gods that happened. But I would probably say we're probably gonna have, unless Kamu wins the Blockbuster, we're gonna have another week of the Thog terror. She's been mild this week, even with her being on the block and nominated by one of her allies. She's been relatively mild for Haley's normal sense, but at the same time, I kind of want to see if Kamu can get himself out of this position, but at the same time too, I would love to keep Haley around because Haley's just good TV. But if this is the end of Haley, what a ride! What a ride! I agree with that 100%. His wife said the same thing on Twitter. He is homesick for his family, and if he has no chance of winning, wants to go pre-jury. I also think he wants to get back to his job because I believe he's a teacher, and I think school is probably starting soon for him. Like my kids started last week, so I would imagine it's getting close to that time. So there's a few different aspects, but I think that if he but the problem is he's in actually a really good spot. He's in a really good spot to potentially win it all. So it's kind of a catch-22. Like if he thought, okay, I'm the Haley of the season, or I'm the Kamu who people want to backdoor, he'd probably be okay with it playing out pre-jury. But the fact that he's in a position where he could actually win the $750K, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. What's up, J5? Good to see you again, my friend. Welcome back in. People are hard on the icons, specifically D, because of how much production has helped them in the beginning. Diamond Power Veto gifted to them. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be hard on the icons regardless because, one, they're held to a higher standard, being people that have played a social strategy game multiple times before. D, a former winner of Survivor, you're going to be held to an even more higher standard. But then on top of all that, then when they get the Diamond Power Veto, then they get the BB bribe, even though the BB bribe isn't the greatest reward. And the first week where they were essentially all safe and they were the only ones who were able to compete for HOH. I mean, come on. That's the biggest handicap in the world you could give for someone when it comes to an advantage in the game of getting further. So, yes, I understand why people are being hard on them, but they've also played a really good game. I think it helped the fact that they were safe that first week and were able to make connections with people. But they've honestly done a very good job in this game, regardless of what happened this week with Yosh being the one who get there. So they have made mistakes. Don't get me wrong. They have made mistakes. When watching D and Devins continue to nominate each other in that HOH earlier this week was beyond frustrating. I was like, I felt like Angela in that moment. I was like, do you not understand how this game works? You do not nominate your ally. That's not smart. That's not what you're supposed to do. Why would you think that's a good thing? So, yeah, there's different aspects to it all. Sorry, Humane. I didn't mean to skip you there. Kamu going home is best case scenario entertainment wise. I just felt I just like the Diamond Power veto was used to put him up and not the HOH. I mean, it'd be the perfect way for him to go out, right? Like, I agree with you. I think it's more entertainment for Thog to stay. But at the same time, Kamu's played a pretty good game. So I also don't mind Kamu staying as well. It's one of those weird weeks where it's not like last week where we're all praying that Chuck goes home because he's such boring TV. At least Kamu's a good game player. So if he stays around, I'm not opposed to it. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's also, I'm okay. One of them's going to have to go, but I'm okay with either staying because one gives good gameplay and one gives good TV. Let me take a sip of water real quick. Playing that Diamond Power veto put a huge target on himself. He was in a good spot before this. He was, and it did put a big target on himself, but people knew he had some kind of power. At least now they'll feel a little bit of comfort knowing, okay, that power is washed out of here. We're good. That we don't have to worry about that going forward. And I still think, okay, hear me out, guys. I think the best way they could have played this week for Devin's game and for D's game is for D not to go up to Yosh and offer the 5K to him to basically not nominate her. The best play they could have done was D offers that 5K to Devins for his superpower. Because where in the rules does it say that she can't do that? Why she can use that 5K towards anything in the game? So how that would work is she offers Devins that 5K. Devins gives up his superpower, but in return, he's got 5 extra K on top of his stipend and, you know, whatever he's making week to week for just being there. And secondly, it then allows her to use the Diamond Power veto on herself, opposed to him using it and being like, here, clearly she's my number one ally. I'm using it on her, like showing all of his cards. It then allows her to use it on herself. Everyone just sees her taking herself down. And Devins has no blood on his hands. He's got nothing. No one would have been the wiser about the BB bribe. And even if they were, even though, yes, Kamu knew about the BB bribe, she could always just say, hey, yeah, I told you that it's not really what I had, but I just told you that because I wanted to build the trust. And Devins would have had his hands clean. People would possibly still think he has a power that he could use later on the season. So it might have also protected him where, hey, we want to take the shot at Devins, but we got to be careful because we all know he has a superpower. We haven't seen what it is yet. And then D's safe. He's $5,000 richer. Am I wrong? Is that not like the preferred outcome if you're D and Devins in that scenario? I didn't understand why they didn't do that. Unless production told them that she can't essentially buy his superpower. It'd be even more incentive for Devins to be okay with going out pre-jury. Because then he at least has 5 extra K in his pocket. I don't know. I just think by far that would have been the most ideal outcome for it. And they had kind of talked about it too. And I was shocked to find out that they didn't go that way. Because that would have been best for Devin's game where he's not showing his direct ally. He's not showing that he's directly aligned with D and that he's going to do anything he can to prevent her from going home. It's just D playing it on herself and protecting herself. Let's read your guys' comments. Get your comments read live here on stream. That was one of my favorite moments of all time. Dan's funeral is so iconic. I worked for him online editing posts for a short period. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love Dan. My favorite player of all time. And that moment was by far the best. They're rebooting BB Canada. I doubt they're canceling US. I doubt it too. The fact that BB Canada is getting rebooted was wild to me, but I'm happy for it. But it's wild to me. All I know is they better have feeds. If they don't have feeds, it's as dead as the show was going into last year. Like, they have to have feeds back. The fact that they don't have Arissa is also a travesty. Like, how do you not have Big Brother Canada and not have Arissa Cox? Makes no sense. Maybe they want to, after all this time, to move to a new lot and rebuilding a new house. Maybe the house is getting old and run down and not worth the upkeep. I mean, they haven't been able to upkeep the freaking ants for, 30 years? So, like, wouldn't shock me. But, I mean, I think maybe they are ready for that. Maybe they are ready for a reboot, for a new house, a better house. Make it like the Big Brother Canada house. Big Brother Canada has shown you the gold standard of how to make a nice house for these people. It's not hard. However, the confusion stems from an announcement by Chorus Entertainment's global network in Canada, which stated that season 28 would be its last time airing the U.S. version of the show. Interesting. Yeah, so maybe there's just some confusion there. I highly doubt that Big Brother's getting canceled. I think we would have known that, and it would have been more upfront. They would have been leading with, hey, this is the final season. That's what I think. As they refresh their summer lineup. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Susie Bell? Thank you for joining the chat. D wouldn't do it. I don't think she would have used it on him either. I really don't. Thank you for joining the chat. If you have any more comments, get them read live here on stream. I read all of your guys' comments live. Not the last season of Big Brother. I sure hope not. I hope you're right, because I would be very sad if that's the case. That would be the end of an era for sure. Kamu going is actually going is better for everyone. He is the fave to win. I think it's huge, and I think it's understated amongst us as fans. Even though people have their feelings towards Kamu, I think that Kamu is by far one of the best game players this season. I think him and the Icons are, and I would put their Tailored possibly too, are the cream of the crop when it comes to game players this season. And I think Kamu, without a doubt, is the best newbie. By far the best newbie when it comes to actual gameplay and social strategy in this house. So it's a smart move to take out Kamu. I think that's the right way to go about it. Good to see you in here, Mary. I saw Johnny defend his title over the weekend. He's a sneaky bastard. Is he ever going to lose that damn title? He actually called me like an hour ago, right before I was about to go live here on stream. We talked for like 20 minutes. He's like, did you watch my video? Did you watch my my wrestling match I sent you? I was like, yes, fair play. I watched your wrestling match. He's like, did you watch the whole thing? Like the whole pay-per-view? I did not. I was like, I watched your fight. And I was like, yeah, you did good, man. You did good. I was like, you running those ropes, though. Most agile person I've ever seen. But once again, Johnny Fairplay defends his title. He's had this thing for like 3 years. He carries it everywhere. It's his baby. When will he lose that title? That's kind of like Drew's secret, being his real name is Andrew. Haley has no shot at winning. Kamu does. Why you all want him to stay? I mean, the thing is, there's just so much animosity built up around Haley, right? Just, you got to understand, these people are also trying to think of, can I stand living with someone for the next 8 weeks, whatever it may be, right? Can I stand this person being the first person going to jury, and then it's just one of us stuck with her in the jury house for a week until someone else gets there? So there's a lot of aspects to it. If I were in the house, I agree with you, Mary. I'd be like, bye, Kamu. You are too strong of a player. Haley, I'm taking you to the final two. It's me and you, girl. We're going all the way to the end. Slay queen. Like 100%. Mild yet delusional and clueless. Yeah. Dustin getting evicted next to Evil Dick was epic. Oh, it was so good. Did not see it coming. The fact that Evil Dick had such a big target on his back, too. I still blame America's favorite player for that. Haley is more likely to lead to future drama than Kamu. And that's a big thing. If you think from the TV aspect, 100%. We talked about it here on stream, guys. Haley's in this position that Kamu's in this week, where she gets backdoored essentially by a Diamond Power Veto, and her main target is now off the block and she is up. God, the fireworks. God, the fireworks. Imagine if it was like Lala was up and then, Thog was the replacement nominee by Lala. Dear Lord. The fireworks that would have happened would have been amazing. But instead, it's Kamu, who's a rational person when it comes to trying to be a good game player. And we didn't get any fireworks at all yesterday. Yash and Kamu still think they have the votes. They do, because they think that they have Drew on side. They think that they have people in place. They know that they got Lala, they got Taylor, they got Drew. So essentially, and they're thinking, okay, either Thog or Kamu is going to be taken off the block, so they have the votes there. They think they got that locked up. They think that no matter what, they're good. So there's an aspect to Kamu just being a rational, even keel game player, smart game player. And also, we still think we have the votes regardless. So cute move, waste of a move, but we're safe regardless, which they're not. So they're going to get a rude awakening when that happens. Yeah, sorry to Devins. He isn't going pre-jury either way. I don't think so either. And he's playing a good game. I don't think he should leave. I don't think he should do anything he can to go home pre-jury if he thinks he's not going to win at all. Because I think he can win it all. Haley gives us good drama, good TV. She can win comps and had no shot at winning. Yeah, and that's the biggest part is we need the good TV there. So if it's a matter of keeping Haley over good gameplay, 1,000%, you keep Haley all day. I would keep Haley over Angela. And who thought we would ever say that going into the season, that we would rather get rid of Angela because she's more even kill than another person. Going into the season, you would think that at this point we'd be like, oh, it's someone versus Angela. Oh, well, let's keep Angela because she's the final 2 GOAT. We got to keep her around. She's going to do everything she can to blow up the house, which she has. But there has literally been one person that has outshined her in the amount of craziness. No one would have saw that coming. As much as I want Haley gone, she is the one you drag to final 2 for a guaranteed win. I just don't think anyone outside of maybe, and to a much less extent, but Taylor, maybe Kamu's smart enough to do that. But at this point, one of those 2 is going home, so he's screwed there. But no one's really talking about taking Haley to the end as an easy final 2. They might be thinking it. They might be contemplating it for longevity wise, but not one person has ever brought it up. D got lucky. Devins played in on her. Her power was trash compared to his. I mean, essentially D has 2 superpowers, right? Because Devins played his power on her and she still has her dumbass BB bribe. But yeah, I mean, the fact that if she got that same power that Devins had, I still don't think she would have ever used it on Devins had he been in that position and she had the diamond power veto. 100% agree. Yeah, the BB bribe is a joke. It is a joke because of the amount. 5K. I understand. And I've said it here on the stream. I thought Yosh would take it because essentially it's the first 5 weeks, you just got double the stipend. Because if they get $1,000 a week, you just got an extra $5,000 on top. And I thought that Yash might be desperate enough to just take the extra 5K. All I have to do is not nominate you. Sure, give me your money. Thanks. But at the end of the day, if you think about taxes and all that, it's $2,700, if that. It doesn't make sense. It's such a low amount. I feel like that's Big Brother cheaping out a little bit, especially when you gave someone $10K last season to use to basically save themselves, and then they just never used it and go home with the $10K in their pocket. 10K at least makes sense. It's a good number. It's a bold number. I know someone in the chat earlier said, oh, why not 25K? I think that's when you're getting a little out of reach, because then that's half of what second place wins. I think that closer to 10K would have been more appropriate. But 5K is just far too low. Far too low. At this point, I am keeping the 5K to myself. I would bribe myself. Okay, here's the thing. Can D do anything with that? If she never uses the 5K, does she get to keep it? Or is it just never hers to get? Because I'm pretty sure Like, she'll never be able to get it. It's just a power she can use towards someone else. So if I get to the end and I still have that superpower, if I still have the BB bribe, 1000%, whoever goes out in Final Four, I'm telling them, like, the hour before the live show happens, listen, I've tried to rally. There's not going to be the vote to keep you. And I'm so sorry, but I want to give you a gift. I want to give you $5K that I got from production. I want to give you $5K to help change your life. I feel like you deserve this money. All I ask in return is if I'm in those final 2 chairs by some miracle, would you vote for me? And then I'd love to give you this 5K. Like, that's what you should do with that money if you still have it at the end. 100% you use that 5K bribe to buy a vote to win the game. But I still think she should have used it this week to buy Devin's Diamond Power veto. I think that would have been best for both of their games. It can also be a good thing for Alliance members to feel like Rick may save them too, if the opportunity presents itself later on. And I think that's an underwritten thing too, is that they're seeing that, hey, look at Devins is so selfless. He's able to do this for D. Imagine what he would do for us later on in the game. But then it also is probably in their heads of like, well, that means D and Devins are super close. Is that 100% a duo? Like, she's never going to backstab him after he just saved her life. So there's good and bad from it, for sure. For sure. That's why I think he should have washed his hands clean, taken an extra 5K in his pocket, let D play it for herself, and then he doesn't have to worry about the backlash of it. I bet money Rick would prefer making the TV moment himself. Well, because I think they thought they were going to get a TV moment, especially because if they were going to pull a fast one on Kamu, and he just gave them nothing as a reaction. I'm still excited to see how it all played out on tomorrow's episode, where we get I bet you anything they're going to cliffhanger us to where the Diamond Power veto is not going to show on the television screen until Thursday's episode. Like, it's going to be like a to be continued type thing from tomorrow's episode. I can almost guarantee that's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that they're going to just 100% be like, okay, normal veto plays out, Yosh doesn't use it, and Devin's just like, I have something I want to say, and it's just like to be continued. Like, I feel like that's inevitable. I mean, I don't like the Diamond veto. I mean, a lot of people don't. It's just too overpowered. It's way too OP. Who's buying that, though? I would call BS on selling a Diamond Power veto for 5K. Well, the only one that would do it is Devins, right? Like, he's going to play it anyways 4D. Like, he's already said he's going to use it. He might as well get 5K in his pocket if he's going to use it, like, get something out of it. And then secondly, then he has no blowback of, hey, I just used the Diamond Power veto on D. Clearly, I'm number ones with D. I think it's by far the smartest move. Hot take, Dan's funeral would have been better if Ian went home that week instead of Brittany. I mean, it would have. I still don't think Dan wins regardless, but like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, for TV, maybe. Still was great TV watching in, get all the way to the end and win. If no feeds, it is a joke. No Arissa is sad too. Like, yeah, if there's no feeds, it's BB Canada just might as well cancel yourself one weekend. No Arissa was already like scratching your head, being like, why she was the best part of the show. She was the only non-problem you had. Why are we getting rid of that constant? So I still don't understand that. Maybe it was a contract thing. Who knows? Maybe she didn't want to do it. Maybe she turned it down. We don't know. Maybe she said something on Twitter or said she didn't, but I don't know. I'm glad I hate this house. I could use a new house next season for sure. I mean, I think we all could, right? Where I wouldn't be opposed if they changed it up. It'd be the end of an era for sure. Like, that house has been a staple for 30 plus years. But at the end of the day, I guess 27 plus years. But at the end of the day, I would love to see them revamp it. I'd love to see them start from scratch, build something big, something luxurious. Hell, include more rooms where people can get away and talk. Like, even though, yes, this house is fine, and I mean, it works. There's always been an ant problem. We know that. But secondly, like, I would love it if there was like more hidden ways for them to communicate with each other. Hell, create secret tunnels or some shit, something weird, something different. Hidden rooms where people can chat. Like, that was the one thing I really loved about Big Brother Canada is they had that room to the side, and there's like sometimes a secret room. It was also kind of tucked away where people could have real conversations. Where here in the regular, Big Brother US house, where can you hide really? Like, sure, if you're outside on the hammock, maybe if you're in the freaking jacuzzi room, but even then, how well insulated is it? The HO room is probably the best place to do it, but I want to see people that aren't the HOH have a better house and better spots where they can hide and have a conversation. Do we know for Big Brother Canada, are they bringing back the same house, or is it going to be a different house? I would assume it's a different house, right? But is it the same lot? Is it the same territory? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a totally different house. Hard to upkeep the house from ants when you had Cass Kelly Jorgensen. Big Brother is cheap to produce, more than Survivor and Amazing Race. Oh, it's way cheaper than Survivor and Amazing Race. Amazing Race has got to be astronomical, the amount of money they put in that. Survivor, same thing. Big Brother is nothing. So I just don't see how they would get rid of Big Brother before either of those two. They wouldn't give us 2 Survivor icons over BB icons if they thought it was the final season. Same. I agree. And they're going to be like, hey, they're talking about it's like the 1000th episode, right? They'd be talking about, hey, this is the final season or season, series finale season. Let's go out with a bang. Honestly, if they are going to build a new house, I would be surprised they're not even saying like, hey, this is the final season of this house. Let's go out with a bang type of thing, unless this is like brand new news. But I still have like one eye up on that. It is cheap enough to make that building a new house would be nothing for them. It really would. It really would. They would tear basically the house apart every single season when they revamp it. But I mean, for them, production wise and contractually, for them to just tear that whole set down and rebuild a bigger house, a bigger studio, what have you, it would be nothing for them to do. Taylor's saying she knows Kamu is a good man because he is religious, has me side-eyeing the hell out of her. That is such a bizarre thing for a grown adult to say and think. Rude awakening after show. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, maybe that's just her personal beliefs with like religion and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, like she should still just be able to reckon, hey, this is a good game player or not a good game player. And I think she saw that he's a good game player and that she wanted to work with that. So I don't fully buy in that it was just the full religious aspect of it. But even then, I don't really mind it so much. It is what it is. Dustin's face in that moment is forever ingrained in my mind. Same. His like facial reaction was the best. Another facial reaction is when you use the best soap product on the market. And here's Fairplay to explain a little bit more. If it'll play.
Oh, hello there. You want to know the secret? Bad strategy gets you blindsided! Bad skincare keeps you chasing the same problem. Tons of body washes and soaps strip away the lipids your skin barrier needs, allowing moisture to escape later. Big O Bar changes the game with a 2-step system powered by ostrich oil. That's right, ostrich. Rich in omegas 3, 6, 9. You know the numbers. Clean with the bar, restore with the whip balm, and protect your barrier. No gimmicks, brother! No 12-pack alliance. That's right, it's Big O Bar. Whew. Clean, restore, protect. Visit BigOBar.com, promo code SURVIVOR. They love it when we do that. That's BigOBar.com, promo code SURVIVOR. For 10% off. Johnny Fairplay sent you! Woo! I wouldn't lie about that.
Philip Solomon's favorite commercial of the week, Big O Bar. Shout out to them, special sponsor of the podcast. Hope you guys go to their site, give them some love, tell them Johnny Fairplay sent you. 10% off at checkout if you use promo code SURVIVOR. Use that. Shout out to Big O Bar for their sponsorship of the podcast. So let's continue to talk. Also, got a few things for you, and I'm glad we have a lot of people in the chat. I'm going to be doing some giveaways. Okay. I know some people, I owe a couple giveaways to people in the chat from before. Like I said, reach out to me on social media, but Fair Play sent me some stuff to give away. So we got some swag. I just got it in the mail yesterday. So we got some swag for people. So I'm going to be doing a few things. I'm going to be doing a few giveaways to people. Like I said, if you do win something, hit me up on social media so I can get your information to be able to send stuff to you. So first off, we've got some Polaroids from Fair Play with autographs. This is Rick from Destination X. We have here, let me pull a couple of them aside. We got, I know Humane's going to love this one. Here, let me pull it up on here. We got an autograph picture of Rachel Riley. So we will be doing some giveaways for people. We've got Danielle from the Traders. And if you can see, it says yours faithfully, autographed by Danielle. I'm trying not to smudge these. One of them came really smudged, unfortunately. We got some others on here for you guys. I like how Christmas signs Xmas. Yeah, unfortunately, this one got smudged, so the autograph is not very visible. I think that happened. So we've got a bunch of these that we're going to be giving away here in the chat. So if you guys are wanting to win some of these, we'll be doing some give. Look at that from the moment we were talking about earlier on stream. I forgot I had this one. So yeah, I got a bunch of these all set up. We also have some swag from Reality After Show and Wrestling After Show. Ooh, hello. So stickers, some coasters, what have you. So I will be bundling those together. I'm going to figure out some way to do it. Johnny was like, oh, do stuff with a super chat. I'm like, can't just tell people to donate to the channel, but I'm going to try to do what I can to make it fun. Maybe we'll play a game. Maybe we'll do some kind of chat game and get that out to you guys, whoever wants to participate. So look out for that over this week. I'm going to be doing some stuff. Also, I'm going to be doing a live stream in Denver, Colorado on Friday evening. Sometime Friday evening. Just keep hit that bell notification, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you're notified when I go live. I'm going to be doing a live stream of me talking Big Brother with you guys, but also doing my last place punishment for my fantasy football league, or I'm going to be locked in a room doing a 500-piece puzzle. Hopefully you guys will help me and be a part of being in the chat with me so I'm not bored, mindless. And I'll have a direct overhang shot of the puzzle while I'm doing it, while I'm also chatting with you guys. So I hope you guys come join me and keep me company while I'm doing that 500-piece puzzle. We can talk about Big Brother and everything else. So it might be fun, might be stupid. We'll find out. I really hope the butt blaster isn't physical. I hope so too. As a proud thogger, I still love Angela. I mean, we all are proud thoggers. How can you not? Thog life, right? But Angela is still the queen when it comes to that mantle. The bribe should just be Zach's power. Zach Power was basically a veto. It should have been. I agree with you. I think Zach's power was essentially a better way of doing this whole BB bribe. 1,000% agree with you, man. We don't agree on a lot, but we can agree on that. It might just be me, but I find Angela much more entertaining to watch than Haley. I like the F-bombs and fake tears. It's hilarious. And the best is like her sitting there with the glasses on, just stone faced, going through it all when there is drama happening. And she's just so, like, as much as Thog is like delusional, I feel like Angela is far more irrational. And that's the crazy part, is like they're both batshit crazy, but in totally different respects. 1,000 a week is insane. What the fuck is that? Yeah, that's what they get, is $1,000 a week is their stipend for being in the Big Brother house. Outside, I think the icons probably got a good little chunk of change just to play. But for like the newbies, that is the norm, $1,000 a week. And then if you make it to jury, you're locked in for at least like 10K or something like that. something to that aspect. Like that's why they always like cheer that they made jury, because no matter what, they're all making the same amount unless you get the final two. Then you're making more. Yeah, peasants' wages. If you really think about it, right? And I think someone should break it down, because I think that they have an argument to get paid more, where hour for hour, they're essentially working in that Big Brother house 24/7. I think for $1,000 a week, they're technically getting paid less than minimum wage. Like, am I wrong? Is $1,000 a week still less than minimum wage if you're working 24 hours a day for 7 days a week? Like, it's crazy. I mean, it's not even a livable wage. Like, if you get voted out, fifth, and you made $5,000 for a month in 1 week, that's still less than minimum wage. So I don't know how they get away with being able to do that. I mean, Survivor alone, you get last place. You only spend 3 days out in the jungle. You're making, what is it, $12,000, something like that? You're getting, or $12,500 or whatever it may be. You're getting this stipend plus $10,000 for the reunion that you're not even a part of anymore on Survivor. So yeah, the stipend is way too low on Big Brother, in my opinion. $1,000 a week is barely going to cover a lot of people's bills. Exactly. That's why it's. Wife said she needs me to close the garage. I will probably end stream here soon to go do that. But $1,000 a week to cover people's bills is not enough. That's why it's not even smart for me, like personally myself. When I was 25, 26, I could go play Big Brother. It'd be fun. It would make sense. As someone who's got a wife and kid and bills to pay, that's a pay decrease for me. That makes no sense for me to go play Big Brother unless I'm winning it all or even getting second place. $1,000 a week, I would be financially ruined going out like week 3. Like, I would literally have to figure it out. Doesn't make sense. $2,000 a week they can do. I agree with you. They can do much more. They can do $5,000 a week. Oh, cool. She shut the garage door on her own. Thank God. But yeah, no. So I agree with you. I think like, okay, maybe 5,000 is a lot, right? But if they did like $3,000 a week per person, that makes sense. $1 million prize winner maybe shouldn't say to change your life about $5,000 though, right? Like $5,000. That's why I thought maybe the producers were thinking, hey, they just spent 5 weeks in this house and they made $5,000. All he has to say yes is to not nominate D, and he wins another $5,000. It makes sense to us, but longevity-wise, it doesn't make sense after taxes, especially in California. In California alone, it doesn't make sense. She only won $600,000 by the time Obama takes it. In Montreal, what's up, Tracy? Thank you for joining the chat. In Montreal, BB Can tore down the house in Toronto. Okay, so the house isn't there. So it's a whole new house, everything. Interesting. I'm very excited to see what they do with it. Hopefully it's not a downgrade. Yeah, and the $5,000 is like $3,000. Yeah. Good transition, Bobby. It wouldn't click, okay? I was clicking the thing and it would not turn on the commercial. Some of the worst people on earth are religious. It's a weird thing to think. I mean, it's a sad thing to think that, and you're not wrong. There are some terrible people that, lean on religion to make them sound better or make them look better when really they're like the biggest disgrace to it. But I don't think all religious people are like that by any means. But there are a lot that do that. Getting blindsided by Naked Johnny is the best. The Vikings owe a free giveaway win to the Saints. No, absolutely not. Oh man, I want that Rachel autograph. I got a couple of them, so we will figure out a way. I think you know what I'm going to do, guys. I think what I'm going to do is during my live stream when I'm doing my puzzle punishment, I will be giving those away, and we'll be doing some kind of like trivia or something to give those away to you guys. So if you guys will join me and be a part of my puzzle punishment, help me with the puzzle to get it done quicker and be a part of it, and come support me while I'm locked in a room doing a puzzle on Friday evening. I will be doing those giveaways then. So definitely come hang out with me while we do some kind of trivia, some kind of something to give away those for you guys. And I got, I think, like 2 of each of those, except for maybe 1 or 2 of them. But I will be giving all those away to you guys in the chat. I owe you guys that for continuing to support me and being here. Like J5, Humane, Dreadful Ruby, Kendra, you guys all, everyone in the chat, you guys have all been there for me and have continued to support me. So I want to give back, even though it's just a small token. It's really not much at all. Just something fun I can do to give away to you guys. And I want to do that for you guys for everything you've done to support me. So we will do that on Friday when I do that, when I do my puzzle punishment. Danielle and the Traders still haunts me. Still haunts me too. But I love Danielle and the Traders. Like, that was like the perfect show and perfect cast for her. Like, I thought the fact that they made her a trader was genius on the Traders' part. Punishment idea. Last place can only have players from whatever conference of their choice the whole season. Ooh, that is a good one. Humane, I might actually use that as a punishment idea to put on the board for next year. I like that idea. What days are you doing this live show this year? So I do my show Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific to noon Pacific. I go live here on my stream to talk about Big Brother like I'm doing now. But also I go live on usually Wednesdays or Thursday afternoon with a special guest. This week, I can break the news now since we've already solidified it. We have a special guest joining us this week. We have Savannah, winner of Survivor 49 and player on Survivor 50. Gone way too soon on Survivor 50, if you ask me. She will be joining us to talk all things Big Brother with myself and Johnny Fairplay live on stream on Thursday afternoon. I believe we set that up for 1 p.m. I will double check that and let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure it's set up for 1 p.m. I have it right here. Let me pull it up so I don't give you guys the wrong information. No, sorry, 3 p.m. Pacific. Okay, 3 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. I will have Savannah, winner of Survivor 49 and player on Survivor 50, who played with Deanne Devins, live here on stream to talk about Big Brother and her thoughts on the season. So definitely check that out. Also, Thursday evening, I'm actually going to be going live for the first time ever of the season. I'll be going live, doing a live watch party on the East Coast airing of the episode. Normally I do the West Coast airing on Thursday nights. This week I'm going to be doing the Thursday eviction episode during the East Coast airing. My mom's going to be here helping out while I'm gone in Denver, so she'll be able to watch Penelope, so I can actually do the East Coast airing this week and go live with you guys. Plus, I need to get to bed early because I have to be up at 4 a.m. to take a flight out of San Diego at 6 a.m. to Denver. So it's going to be a long day on Friday. So I will be leaving early in the morning to go to Denver on Friday. And then Friday night, when I'm doing my punishment, I will have my live stream and we'll be doing the giveaway for all of you guys here in the chat. We pull. I should have the ones that matter that people really want up in the front. Like, where's it at? Like a Danielle or a Rachel. We'll be giving away these signed photos to you guys in the chat if you join me for my puzzle punishment on Friday. So look forward to that. All right. I saw a comment. I'll get to you in a minute, Waffle Iron Walrus. There's a lot to talk about that. We can both agree the Falcons suck. We can agree on that. So it's less than $6 an hour that the Big Brother players get in a stipend for what they are getting just to play Big Brother each week, when their stipend is $1,000 a week and they're filmed 24/7. How is their stipend $6 an hour? And in California, that's way less than minimum wage. I don't get it. I don't get how they can pay him that low of a wage. It doesn't make sense to me. California minimum wage would make it be just under $3,000 a week. And that's what it should be. How are they able to get away with that? Especially after all these years. They brought up the prize pool shirts from $500,000 to $750,000, but like they should make the weekly stipend at least $3,000 a week. That would make sense to me. What's up, Bartacomas? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back in. Hope you're doing well. $15K, I think, would have been the sweet spot. $15K a week for people? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's a lot of money to pay that many players. I don't think the show would do that. But like $3K a week at least $3K a week. That makes sense. By no means many religious people are lovely. It's just weird to think religious equals good human. I agree with that. I agree with that. Absolutely. Oh, for the bribe. I was like, $15K a week is crazy. I was like, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Sign me up now. But yeah, no, $15K for the bribe punishment makes sense. I said $10K since that's what we also had last season, but like $15K, absolutely. Good human, when we know that is absolutely not the case. The two things have nothing to do with each other. I agree with that. 100% agree with that. We love you, Bobby. I love you too, J5. Thank you guys. You guys are the reason I do this. So thank you so much for joining the chat and continuing to support the channel. I was so excited about Danielle and Traders more than anyone who has been cast. I hated every second of her on it. It was so bad, in my opinion, but entertaining nonetheless. That's the thing. You might not have liked it. It might have been painful to watch. It might have been heartbreaking to watch, especially if you're a huge Danielle fan. But you can't say it wasn't entertaining. It was absolutely entertaining. It was something that, like, all of us as fans watching from home, we were like, the amount of hate she's getting from the outside, from people that are seeing her play for the first time, was like, well, yeah, this is just the game player in Danielle. So it was definitely entertaining. Bobby, let me come over and install an automatic garage door opener. Okay, so here's the thing. We moved into our new place, right? And they gave us one garage door opener. That garage door opener works sometimes. And then it would occasionally just open up on its own. And I was like, worst case scenario, I don't want to be not home and all of a sudden my garage door opens up and we're not even here and someone can like just come into our garage. So I got a new garage door opener. That one didn't work. It worked, but then I think also the other one was messing it up. So I just reset the whole box. And now anytime she has to leave, she has to like pull her car out, go back through the house, hit the garage, go back around, and then take her car. So yes, it's something I need to work on, something I've been putting off for probably a couple weeks now, but I will get it. I think that new garage door opener, I just need to reset that one and it'll be fine to go, but we'll see. Savannah is my dream girl. I call dibs, no gooning. I think there's a lot of guys that would agree with you there, myself included. Please tell Savannah BB players aren't usually this bad. It can be a tough game. What's up, Robert? I agree. I mean, I think she has an idea. Also, I'm hoping we can get Rizzo on the channel as well. That's someone we're going to try to work on for the following week. No guarantees on that one. We haven't even reached out to him yet, but that's someone we're trying to at least get on here. He's been on on Rob, has a podcast for a couple times this season. So I know he's a big Brother fan. So that's who we're going to be working on next. But we definitely have Savannah. I was hoping to get them both, but Fair Play wants to spread them up for the bribe. Yeah. I would rather have Savannah than D in the Big Brother house. I mean, you're not wrong. But D's been fun. Honestly, I wasn't the biggest D fan going into this season. D's played a very good game. She's been decent. She's been entertaining. She's ready to blow the house up at times. So I haven't mind D. I think I like D more on Big Brother than I ever did on Survivor. And she's a Survivor winner, so that's saying a lot. I'd also rather have Rizzo than Rick. So poor Sophie. I was shocked when they said that there was, someone from Survivor coming, and you kind of thought there was an innuendo that it was going to be someone from Survivor. And we talked about it on the channel. Our biggest thought was it was going to be Rizzo. And I even said, I was like, I highly doubt Rick Devens would do it. It doesn't make sense. He's got young kids at home. He's got a good job, all this stuff. Like, he's talked about it in the past in interviews that he would never play Big Brother and that he doesn't even really know the show. So yeah, it's something that I was shocked by for sure. No hat Bobby is criminal as a society. When did we accept Bobby with no hat? Nobody called it out. Did it really have to be me? I just got out of the shower, so you know what? Hey, no hat Bobby's not that bad, right? Help me out in the chat, guys. Come on. No hat Bobby's not terrible. It's a little all over the place, but I did just get out of the shower. But yeah, normally I wear a hat, so if I had one right here, I think they're all downstairs. But yeah, normally I have a hat on, so I apologize, Waffle Iron Walrus, for not having the hat. I apologize you had to sit through this whole podcast with no hat Bobby on. All right, let's see here. We heart Rizgod. I love Rizgod. Rizgod gets a lot of hate. He's got a lot of haters. I know he's got hate in the chat, but absolutely, I love Rizgod for sure. Rick must have gotten a good stipend. From what I know, I don't know for a fact, right? I'm not saying I know by any means, but I'm pretty sure Rachel got $75K last year as her stipend just to play Big Brother. I think. I don't know. That's just what I've heard in rumor wise. But I heard that Dee and Devin's only got $50K, which it would shock me that they didn't get the same as Rachel. So I think I heard that Angela, Rick, and Dee all got $50K, but who knows? Who knows what the truth is there? Bald Bobby better than the Vikings? How dare you? First off, I'm not bald. I've got a 5 head, sure, but I'm not. But I'm not bald yet. It's gray, but it's still there. It's gray, but there. Okay, I will take it. All right, guys. I think we talked a lot today about Big Brother, so I'm gonna probably wrap things up now. If you guys have anything left in the chat you want to say, anything you want to get off your chest, anything you want to talk about for the streams coming up this week, let me know in the chat. But in the next couple minutes, I'm going to wrap things up as we proceed on to me having Savannah and Fair Play on to talk about Big Brother. Fair Play is going to watch Big Brother for the first time ever this week. So excited to have Fair Play catch up on all the things that are going on. I've been trying to keep him informed throughout this whole season of what's going on, but he gives 2 shits about Big Brother. But because of the fact Savannah from Survivor 49 is going to come on with us to talk Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific here on the stream to talk about it, he's like, okay, I'll check it out. For you, I'll check it out. Just realized I was not had this all up on here. If you guys are new here, give me some follow twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby, at After Show on YouTube, at Goodsby Bobby on my social media. If you guys can, hit that like button. All it takes is 2 seconds. You hit that like button and it helps me out a lot with my channel. So it gets me in front of more people. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button to support us here at the channel. And also hit that bell notification so you're notified when I go live. Rachel should have got a bonus on top of the 75K after that season. I agree. I'm down for that. See you then. Thanks, Bobby. Later, y'all. I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to head out of here. I appreciate you guys. I will see you Thursday because I'm off tomorrow. I will see you Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific with me, Fair Play, and Savannah. Then Thursday night for the East Coast airing of the live eviction episode, I will go live to do a watch party and talk about everything that happens with the vote out on Thursday night. Who's going to win the blockbuster? Will it be Kamu? Will it be Haley? Who's going home? And then we will also talk on Friday when I'm in Denver, Colorado, doing my punishment, and hope you guys can join me for that, where I will be doing the giveaway to everybody in the chat. We'll have some select winners winning some kind of trivia, some kind of something. I'll set it all up for you guys in the chat. So if you guys can join me, that would be a lot of fun. It'll be a good time. And then, back to normal streams on the following week. So no, a couple more things. No, Friday live stream during the day because obviously I'll be flying, and then Monday, the following Monday, I'll be coming back. So I will not have my live stream on Friday or Monday, but I'll do my live stream Friday night for my punishment. So just quick production notes. With that being said, appreciate you guys. J5, Humane, Kendra, Starry Night, Waffle Iron Walrus, Dreadful Ruby, Robert. Appreciate everyone in the chat, and I will see you guys on Thursday for our live interview with myself, Fair Play, and Savannah from season 49. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.